There ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome to. So once again, welcome. How many welcomes? From morning. So 12:30 to 3. So 6:30 to 8. 9 to 10. Really, this online facility is really helping. It's really engaging us in service. Okay, I will quickly finish whatever I want to cover. So as soon as possible. So today also we cannot finish. I think I will take 2 more days because it is very big anuscheda. And also it's difficult for me to cover very quickly. So yesterday we were discussing about how different kinds of the fainting happens to Prema Bhakta that was discussed. So if you go back to the previous class, so that means previous to the yesterday's class. So in that class we were discussing, so Premi Bhaktas, they will be in the stage of, that means when bhava is condensed, then that is known as prema. In that prema stage, so how devotee is feeling, what is his experience? So the devotee's experience is, of course, he is getting the pleasure from the Lord's names, forms, qualities, pastimes, so and so. So, but that side, he is deriving the pleasure in from those. And another side, he is also feeling or experiencing tapa, that means some kind of pain. So why he is feeling pain in his heart? The reason is he is having so much eagerness. So because of eagerness to meet the Lord, because in the bhava stage, he was not having that much eagerness. When that bhava is condensed, then eagerness will increase to meet the Lord. So because of that, and Lord still he didn't came in front of him, in front of his senses. So that's why he is feeling so much eagerness. Like sometimes in the village, in childhood. So the child is having so much love for mother, is so attached to the mother. And mother goes to sometimes to the town, maybe to do marketing or somehow some reason. And then she cannot carry this child because this child may be the 6, 7 years, 8 years. So she cannot carry because of this so many other reasons. She is going with other women. Otherwise, her work will not be finished. So that's why she is leaving that boy there. Then okay, so she will be telling something and going. So some pampering words, something she will gives allurement. And this boy so started keep on waiting for his mother. When she will come, when she will come. So maybe his first 2 hours is okay. Then after that, mother didn't come even after lunch. Even evening time it became. Then keep on waiting and searching for her. Searching or waiting, that means maybe in my village, actually, in my experience also. So we used to wait for our mother. So we have the one bus, city bus, from city to village. So if mother comes, she will come in that bus only. Whenever there is a horn, so blows the driver, so we immediately come. First bus, second bus, third bus, fourth bus, like that. First trip, second trip, third trip, fourth trip. That bus is having the in the day 10 trips it does. So we will be expecting her to come by at least fourth trip. She didn't come. Fifth trip, no. Sixth, no. Then keep on started crying. And we used to cry like anything. And all others, they come and they used to say so many things. Why you are crying? Don't cry. Mummy will come, mother will come, don't cry. Because of the, so first eagerness will be there. When mother come in this bus, in this bus. But she didn't come, then the pain will increase actually. And then, so because of that, so she starts crying in generally this. So similarly, when that bhava is condensed, then what will happen? That will turn into the prema. And in that stage, so devotee feels so much eagerness to meet the Lord. So then, one side, by just hearing the names and forms of the Lord, he is getting pleasure, but that pleasure is not so high. That is dominated by the pain. And in that pain, how devotee feels? He feels that what it is the use of this body? And what is the use of inhaling and exhaling? And you will feel everything, even others always is morose and completely, even he will never get any pleasure from the, so hearing and remembering and so on, so other activities. Because now he wants to meet the Lord. And others come and they try to, so console him, no. So he will be in that state. Then by seeing devotees that kind of state, so Krishna will appear in front of his eyes. So then devotee will see the beauty of the Krishna with his eyes. So Lord makes his devotee to experience, because without Lord's arrangement, a devotee cannot experience the beauty of the Lord, such a magnanimous beauty. So, because it's unlimited. And devotee is seeing that beauty, and it is ever increasing, that beauty, and eagerness of devotee also increases. Hey, what is the beauty, this beauty? Oh, and every moment he is feeling more and more eagerness, because varietiness is seeing in every moment. And he will be reaching to the extreme happiness and in the extreme eagerness. Then you will get the fainting. You'll be getting the first fainting. Then after that, what will happen? Lord will be just making the devotee to experience the aroma coming from his body. Then he wakes up and all his body parts are becoming the nose. And he's fully so capturing the aroma coming from the Lord. So by this also, once again, devotee becomes faint. fainted. Then Lord is so merciful and kind, asking that devotee, wake up. So why you are feeling so much? Why you are feeling so much uncontrolled? So I am yours. I am belonging to you. You relish. You have the pleasure the way you want. So like that, he will be very sweetly and soothing way. So he's saying, he says to the devotee, then the devotee wakes up, and by that soothing words, once again he got fainted. Then what? Then finally, Lord is using the fourth weapon. So if the devotee is Dasa Bhakta, then what Lord will do? He'll put his leg on his head. That's a sparsha. Touches, Lord touches. How Lord touches? In the case of Dasas, Dasya Bhava Bhaktas, so he'll be putting his lotus feet on his head. One second. Then, but in the case of Vatsalya Bhaktas, so they will be crying by seeing the Lord. So then Lord, by using his tender hands, he will wipe off the tears of that Vatsalya Bhakta. And in the case of the Mādhurya Bhaktas, Lord is directly touching his chest with the breast. So then once again, they all get fainted. Fourth fainting. So then after that, what will happen? What about the fifth? That means what is remaining now? Lord has to give his other amrutam to give the experience to the devotee's tongue. That is remaining. So he will not give his other amrutam to everyone. That means Dasya Bhaktas and Vatsalya Bhaktas. No. This opportunity is there only for the Mādhurya Bhaktas. That we'll discuss today. Punascha tenapi tatha tathaiva chaturda mahamurcharambe panchamam स्वाधर संबंधी सौरस्यम तदीय रसनेन्द्रिय ग्राह्यम प्रेयसी भाववत्येव तत्काल प्रादुर्भूत तद अभिष्टकारवती भक्तजन एव प्रकाश्यते न अन्यत्र ततश्च पूर्ववदेव तथा तथा भावेपि तदा तन्यास्त्वानंद मूर्छायाः तु अति नैविध्ये जाते ततः प्रबोधयितुम् असमर्थेनैव भगवता षष्ठमौदार्यं वितन्यते. Now what Lord will do with the devotee after fourth fainting, it is said, we'll directly read in English translation. This is, after this, as the Premi Bhakta begins to fall into the fourth deep swan, Murcha means a swan, it is given, swan. or fainting. So when he is going to the fourth fainting, then after that, what Lord will does? That means after embracing to the Madhurya Bhakta, embracing the Madhurya Bhakta. So then what will happen? Those will be going into the fainting. Then at that stage, Sri Bhagavan so manifest his fifth Madhurya, namely the sweet taste of his lips, which the devotee what we should savor. Savor. Mataji, I'm not able to remember this word. Savor. Okay.
It's like tasting, relishing.
Relishing. Okay. Which the devotee savors. So that means devotee tastes. So he reveals the confidential aspect of this charming sweetness to those in the mood of female sweet heart. That means Madhurya Bhava. So Preyasi Bhavavati. That means Preyasi, if you see in Sanskrit, Preyasi Bhavavati. Who are the Preyasi? That means in the conjugal love. So for them only he reveals this, not for others. He doesn't reveal it to everyone. To others, he reveals this sweetness appropriately, according to their desire. Eva tatkala pradhurbhuta tad abhishtakaravati bhaktajana eva prakashite nanyatra. So according to the time, actually, tatkala pradhurbhuta tad abhishtakaravati. So whoever is deserved for this, for them only he reveals this Adharamrita. In the Dahasya Bhakta, we don't find that Lord is revealing them this Adharamrita, no. In the Madhurya also, in the Vatsalya also. It is only possible in the conjugal love. It's not revealed to everyone. So even two others is written in English. So two others is not there. Na anyatra means not for other, not other places. That means actually this English sentence is having little correction. What the meaning is, Lord is revealing his Adharamrutam appropriately, that means in an appropriate time to the deserved people, not for everyone. That is the meaning actually. That meaning you should take from the last line also. Next, as before, the devotee's experience of losing consciousness in these ecstatic moods reaches such a magnificent depths that Bhagavan unable to revive the devotee by any other means. So then after that, when devotee relishes this Adharamritam, then he will get the fifth fainting actually. He is fainted once again. Then what Lord will use then? All weapons are over. So now that means he will go now into deep fainting. Devotee will go into deep fainting because as much as because it is the highest pleasure he get, and because of that he will go into the deep fainting. Then how to bring him back? How to bring him back? Then Lord is going to use another weapon now. what he is going to do now? To bring back the consciousness in that person. So Lord, what he does? By other means, that means bestows his sixth mādhurya. Then he bestows sixth mādhurya. What is that sixth mādhurya? So that means his magnanimity. That means his audharyam. Audharyam he will be exhibiting. What is the meaning of audharyam here? Audharyam vitanyate. Bhagavata sashtam audharyam vitanyate. Tacha teshameva saundaryadinam sarveshameva tan nayanadi sarvendriyeshu eva yugapat eva balat vitaranam. Then in the sixth madhurya, what he does? And simultaneously, his forceful and simultaneously bestowal of the charming sweetness of all the previously mentioned qualities such as beauty upon the eyes and other senses of the Prema Bhakta is his quality of magnanimity. What he does now? At one time, Lord gives the experience. Lord make the devotees' senses to experience all the pleasures, whatever discussed in this section. That's 5. That means simultaneously, Lord is making the devotee to experience his form, and also he will be making his nose to experience the Lord's aroma, and also the sweet voice. So next touch, and also giving the other amrit. All together he does. With forcefully, with balat. So then what will happen? Yes, devotee come from when this is all applied, then he'll come into the consciousness and he'll experience this. So this is known as audharyam. Lord's magnanimity, it's mercy. Udarta. Otherwise, bhakta vatsalyam. It's like kripa. It is termed in many ways actually. Audharyam, based upon it is in the case of dasyas, audharyam is known as kripa actually. In the case of vatsalya bhaktas, it is vatsalya. And in the case of prema bhaktas, this audharyam is what it is doing. It is creating the attraction for the Lord. And in this audharyam, what it is doing in the case of mādhurya, vatsalya bhaktas, their vatsalya will increase. Affection towards the Krishna. So like this. So audharyam, simply you should understand that the sixth weapon is we are not weapon, this is sixth mādhurya. Is that audharyam? What is the meaning of audharyam? Making the devotee to experience all other pleasures, whatever discussed till now, at a time, simultaneously. At that time, what will happen? When Lord made the devotee to experience all, at that time, prema. That means prema is there in the heart of the devotee. Prema is also consciousness. Is having consciousness. What that prema will do? At that time, prema, understanding the indication of Sri Bhagavan, increases exponentially and causes the devotee's hankering to swell accordingly. Now, prema is nothing but the Swarupa Shakti of the Lord. And this understands, prema understands, so Lord's eagerness. That means Lord is embracing, kissing, and also is speaking and touching and showing his beautiful face, his beauty, everything he's doing simultaneously. Then in that time, what will happen? In the devotee heart, whatever the prema is there, that prema will understand the mood of the Lord and will make the devotee. So it will increase the devotee's hankering. It's not that the Lord, when he embraced and he kissing, oh, I don't want. So like that, he will not throw away the Lord. He will not throw away the Lord. There, what who is prema is taking into the action, and it is creating the eagerness in the devotee. Always the Swarupa Shakti plays so much role actually. She always in the attention, all the time he is surrounding him. Lord, it is trying to understand Lord's mood. Immediately it makes the things appropriately. In the spiritual, it happens like that. In the case of gopis also, in the Gopi Geet, Rasa Panchayajaya, when all the gopis came by hearing the flute sound of the Krishna, after the argumentation, so they all went to the Yamuna. In that river, so all are went into the Yamuna, and Krishna also became that many. So as many gopis are there, that many Krishnas, that many forms he exhibited. And he is embracing other gopis. And there one gopi is there. She is also seeing into the eyes of other gopis. When Krishna embraced that other gopi, that gopi started seeing with a proud. So then this gopi felt very much envious. She got angry. And she left that place and went out from the Yamuna. Then immediately Krishna also disappeared from that place. Who is that gopi? That is Srimati Radharani. So here what Swarupa Shakti did? To create the angry, jealous in the Radharani. So Swarupa Shakti acted on the gopis, and that gopi showed her proud in front of Radharani. That means she felt proud because Krishna embraced her. So then immediately that gopi felt, that means Swarupa Shakti has to create the situation. Radharani should get the angry, then she will do the man karegi. And she will be leaving that place, going alone somewhere. Then Krishna is running behind and keep on pampering her. Because Lord wants this. And that's why Swarupa Shakti controlled that gopi, and that gopi showed her proudness. This is all the time Swarupa Shakti is Vrunda. Actually, Swarupa Shakti also many varieties are there. In that Vrunda does these things actually. That's a Leela Shakti. So now what is happening? This devotee now should feel actually hankering. Otherwise what? Krishna is embracing and he is not feeling any enthusiasm, any eagerness, then whole rasa bhasa will happen. So immediately whatever that prema, that is nothing but the Shakti of the Lord. So it creates the eagerness in this devotee. Then he will also feel to go deep and close to the Lord. Then that means, and causes devotee's hankering to swell accordingly. Lord is embracing and he is also swelling and becoming like that appropriately. Like one get the eagerness or the mood, then our body parts swells. So like that. In the material world also. Material world is simply replication of spiritual world. Reality is that some duplicate drama is here. In this way, Bhagavan accepts the role of the moon. And powerfully, Bhagavan accepts or Prema accepts? One second. Tad anurupa trishna. So Swayam Chandratvam, this Prema actually. In this way, Prema accepts the role of the moon, not Bhagavan. This is in Sanskrit, this is changed. Bhagavan, in the place of Bhagavan, you should write the Prema. Now that Prema, actually Prema is in the Uch form. Is it moon or sun? Prema?
Sun.
Sun. Now it is taking the form of moon. So that's why who is taking the form of the moon? Prema is taking the form of the moon, not the Bhagavan. In English, there is Bhagavan is written. That has to be changed. Actually, Prema is the sun and Bhava is the rays of the sun. That is the discussion we did. That the way we learn. So now, in this time, now the Prema is becoming like moon, so soothing. Then what will happen? That Prema, what it does? What it will do? In this way, Prema accepts the role of the moon and powerfully agitating the ocean of bliss within devotee's heart. Now this Prema is taking the form of the moon and it is agitating the ocean of bliss within the devotee's heart. And in that ocean, there are many waves. That means that Prema is making the devotee to experience the bliss. That bliss is in the form of what? Ocean. And in that ocean, many waves. That means when Lord is applying all, that means all his qualities, he is making the devotee to experience. At the time, then what will happen? Devotee will be, so in his heart, Prema is there and that is becoming the moon and immediately he is getting the, so bliss, that bliss is like ocean. In that ocean, many hundreds of the waves are there. So do you want to know the experience of that? It cannot be explained actually. In this way, he personally rules the devotee's mind as its presiding deity. He means prema actually here. In this way, prema personally rules the devotee's mind as its presiding deity, expanding his energy in such a manner that devotee, now unimpeded by tears, faint, and so on, then he will not get any. So, no tears and nothing, no fainting. Begins to simultaneously taste in the core of his heart the sweetness of all of Bhagavan's qualities, such as beauty. Now he'll be tasting. All the time fainting means is also no rasana. Prema will rule so that he'll be controlled. And devotee is relishing all the different qualities, sweet qualities of the Lord. Next. Nacha evam manaso anekagratvena tattad. Where it is? न च एवं मनसो अनेकाग्रत्वेन तत्तद आस्वादस्य सांद्रता इति वाच्यम् प्रत्युत सौंदर्य सौस्वर्यादीन् प्रति सर्वेन्द्रियाणां नयनी भाव श्रवणी भावाद्य कदा एव बोभूयमाना अलौकिक अचिन्त्याद्भुत चमत्कारम् एव तन्वतः स्वादस्य अति सांद्रत्वमेव कुर्वन्ति. Now here many people, they apply their logic. How simultaneously experience of all the senses is going to happen. So this is not possible. That means, and generally what is the science? If you see the Sankhya philosophy, according to the Sankhya philosophy, according to our day-to-day, at one time we are going to experience one sense object. All are happening by sequence actually, not in simultaneously. So we are seeing and hearing means, so seeing and hearing, all these are all sequentially happening. Seeing, hearing, and smelling. Actually, it looks simultaneously, but actually they, in the inside process, those happen in sequence. That is a general understanding. Now that's why based upon this, someone may argue, how can you say that all the sense objects are simultaneously experienced? How it is possible? So here one may raise the following point. The mind can focus only one thing at a time. To simultaneously relish Bhagavan's 5 kinds of sweetness requires the mind to be absorbed in 5 different ways. This would not allow it to properly and deeply relish even one attribute with one of the senses. That is the argument actually. So that's mind is there, senses and sense object. So how we experience, this soul is there. So when mind connect with this eyes, then eyes are in contact with that sense object, eyes, mind, and soul. Here soul, mind, sense object. So when mind is needed actually, Mind means antakarana also you can say. The soul to experience that sense object. Mind has to connect with the sense, and then so senses are connected to the sense object so that that object is experienced by the soul. Okay. Now we have 5 senses. Mind can connect with either of one of 5, one among the 5, not simultaneously 5. It's not possible. So then how? But we said that, so that 6th Audaryam, that means Krishna is applying all the pleasures at one time on this devotee. So then what he will experience? So then answer is, Sri Bhagavan, however, expands his transcendental, inconceivable, unprecedented, and astonishing potency. What is that? Achintya Chamatkara Adbhuta Shakti, actually, this. Alaukika Achintya Adbhuta Chamatkaram. So Lord's potency. Lord is having such a potency which is inconceivable, and it is surprising, it's magnanimous, and also it is chamatkara. Chamatkara. What is the English word is given? So astonishing, unprecedented. Adbhuta means not experienced before. Unprecedented, astonishing potency is having. Thus bestowing, that kind of potency is bestowing on the devotee now, Krishna. Krishna is bestowing that kind of potency on the devotee. So thus bestowing upon the devotee the ability to see, hear, and so on through each of his senses simultaneously. Then he will get the ability. Simultaneously, everything he experiences. So by so doing, he increases the intensity and depth of devotee's relish of 5 kinds of mādhurya with his 5 senses. Also, Krishna increases the depth of this. So relishing these 5 kinds of mellows. Not mellows, it's mādhuryas. That means Krishna's form, voice, aroma, and all this. There is no hindrance here. In other words, there is no scope for being scorched by the forest fire of reasoning arising from mundane experience. But in the material world, but we experience one after one. So someone is giving the kiss, lip kiss, adharamritam. At that time, we forget the other pleasures. We mind focus only at one time and one object only. So, but in the spiritual world, not like that. So Krishna bestows some inconceivable potency to the devotee. So that's why we should not use our mundane logic to understand this, because it is inconceivable potency. So inconceivable potency cannot be understood by the mundane logic and reasoning. Achintya kalu ye bhavaha natans tarkena yojayet. That means inconceivable subject matters should not be understood by mundane logic. Prakritibhyaha param yacha tad achintyasya lakshanam. The characteristics of the inconceivable is that it is beyond the material nature. Inconceivable means it is beyond the, it's a regular thing. Okay, we'll end here today. Tomorrow we'll continue. Any question?
Prabhuji, I had asked this question. I don't know if it's valid or not. This rasa which happens between the Lord and the devotee, does it also is because we understand that this rasa is only happening in prema stage. It does. You said it doesn't even happen in bhava. When the sthari bhava mixes with the anubhavas, anubhava, vibhava, and sanchari bhava, then rasa is produced. That happens in prema stage.
Yes.
So, what is there rasa between devotees in spiritual world? Just like, because you said, so rasa means mellow, there is mādhurya rasa, there is vatsalya rasa, there is dasya rasa, sakhya rasa. So there are also devotees who are friends with each other, or who have, there can be husband and wife also in the spiritual world. So do they also have rasa in the spiritual world? And if no, they don't.
No. Even Gopas, they are there. So their wives, so they don't have any like that in the Ras Panchadhyaya we studied actually. They don't have any, that means without Krishna, so separately enjoyment, no. That means enjoying their wives, no.
And friends like boys also.
Yeah, Gopas, all the time, yeah, Krishna is in center actually, in everywhere. Krishna is only the object.
So even Krishna may not physically be present, but he is the main, just like when Krishna goes during the day, the gopis are all talking about him, discussing about him. So
Like that.
I was just
Krishna.
wondering, amongst the gopis, like, they are sakhis, they are friends with each other, no? So that's not called a rasa. They have a relationship with each other or not?
So they have a relationship to serve the Krishna. Everywhere there is Krishna is only there. Is their goal. For that, they cooperate each other.
Yeah.
Just to serve the Krishna, to prepare something for him.
Yeah.
Yes, Ramchandra.
Hare Krishna, bro. Like somebody asked this question to me and I couldn't answer it. In the spiritual world, we see like Krishna is in like in a form of a young boy, right?
Yes, Kishore.
Yeah, like Kishora. So like one time we were discussing, and then they say like, then how come Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, who are basically always used to see like Krishna as a baby, so how they will exchange rasa there, like with the baby? Because if he's in Kishore form, then how that, and because like similarly other forms are there, like when people get attached to other forms, so how they will exchange rasa with different ways?
So by the Achincha Shakti, it's inconceivable. Inconceivable. By his Achincha Shakti, he can be. Baby also he can be. Kishora. Everything is possible because of his inconceivable potencies. If that is there eternally, it is there. So simultaneously, how to see this? So that is, yeah. Anyway, simultaneously, all these are all only based upon the time only. So time factor is not there. That's why only just some digdarshini, just to by Acharya already said this is spiritual world and the experiences are beyond the words. Yato vacho nivartanti. Just we are getting the some clues actually. So that because Lord is also coming and performing his leelas. Just he is giving some idea. But spiritual world is beyond the words. And the Lord's position and Lord's activities. Everything is possible, whatever is said. Yes, bro. Only thing is, if you have difficulty, inconceivable, take the help of inconceivable. Achintya Shakti, Achintya Veda.
That yeah, because some place somebody said that Krishna is in the baby form also there. That's why his confusion started. So like
Yeah, it's also possible. Everything is possible there. If someone, but I'm not religious, so but religious souls, whatever they say, is everything is there. Unlimited, infinite rasas, mellows, and situations, forms. So is possible. We cannot limit the spiritual words into with our brain. We should not try to fit the features of the spiritual world with our limited intelligence. It's beyond our intelligence. Rather only was sleeping. I think in villages they sleep. Yes, Prabhu.
one thing, like, because like I heard somewhere that like like Janmashtami, like appearance of the Lord, that is not in spiritual world, that is only the material world, right? That Leela, or that Leela also get performed there in the spiritual world?
But I heard one thing, like killing Agasur, the Putana, these, that. Jiva Goswami writes in Sandarbhas. So those demons also there, how to see these Leelas. Then he says that those are all in a, what is that? Like a toys. In that way, so some English word, I don't know, actually, I'm not getting exact. English and Hindi, Sanskrit also I'm not able to remember. But some
Dummy.
just pretty,
Dummy.
dummy type, something, yeah. So those will be there. And with that they play, actually. Like that he says.
Okay.
And then I don't know much.
But so, Prabhu, like I see, like in Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada write that this killing the demons is basically the work done by the Vishnu, not by Krishna. So is that in Golok Vrindavan?
Killing demons, in general, that's for maintenance purpose. So outside the Vrindavan, whoever is killed, so those are all by the Vishnu for the sake of maintenance. Like in general, so all the demigods and demons, so there is a fighting in that case. In the sake, Vishnu's role is only for the sake of maintenance. But in Vrindavan, even Vishnu also is not having any role. In Vrindavan, whatever demons are killed, those are all killed by the Krishna only. Even Vishnu also is desiring to see Krishna. So that's why he will make that Leela in the 10th canto, you might be seeing. In the 89th chapter. So that Brahmanas boys are killed, taken by the Vishnu, and Arjuna promises, and then in that, making that as a cause, and Krishna and Arjuna both are going to Vaikuntha. So that happens. Okay, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, bro. Thank you very much. So we'll continue tomorrow, same time, 9 to 10. So thank you for your kind and patient hearing. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanand. Hari Hari Bol. Hare